Warning, the video you are about to watch definitely has some foul language, but most importantly, is incredibly late. We apologize for this, and we still hope you enjoy. Happy Tuesday, and for lack of better terminology, what the hell was that main event? There's no point of having a fucking contract to cash in on AEW because it's just going to make you waste it anyway. But hey, what's up? It's the TSK. We're here to review AEW Revolution. It's the full squad in full form, if you will. DC, Rob, Harold, we're all here. Enjoying what's happening. We enjoyed Revolution. Let's keep that right off the bat, let it be known right now. We were ranting and raving, yelling 4 straight 5 stars kind of thing. It kind of simmered down the next day, but the reality of the matter was this was a really good overall show with an absolute dog shit ending. And I hate sounding like a dude on repeat, but it felt like watching a WCW pay-per-view. But it is what it is. We're going to get into it.
You had a Monday Night Raw ending.
If there's better terminology, I don't know it. But let's hop right on into it. We don't do the pre-show around here. We go right to the main. Apparently, Big Boom AJ is getting better, or it has become more average. I don't know. Whatever. I had to throw that in there. Somebody was like, "Did you see?" I don't watch YouTube stars. Okay, sorry. I just don't do it. Hangman Adam Page, MJF to open up the show. This was a super good opener. I expected intensity from these guys. I expected a lot from them. I did not expect for a man to be clotheslined with a wiener. I did not expect a dead eye through. Oh no, not a dead eye. What was it? A pile driver through a chair. There was a few things I didn't expect that took this to another level. But all in all, it leaves me with one simple question. And I don't know, maybe I'm jumping the gun already because it may be overstatching the match here. But what the fuck are we doing with MJF? Like what are we doing? Like, he's the guy that was meant to. He had this whole run where he was going to get back the world championship, and he's the biggest heel that you love to hate, and all these things. He's the guy on top of the world. He loses to Hangman. Now what?
I'm going to be the one to say it. The only reason that Toni re-signed him was so that he wouldn't go back to so that he wouldn't go to WWE.
Right, so
only reason.
Go, yeah.
He had no real clear vision for MJF. MJF, to use one of his phrases, has been mid since he's been back. What has he done that has been memorable? The feud with Cole was at best. Hangman was been okay.
International title run with Ospreay feud. Okay, maybe probably
Largely
second best feud he's had since. Largely forgettable, yeah, I agree. I think it's either got to be two things. Obviously, it's got to be either something was made known between MJF and Tony Khan that MJF is on his way out, or there is a clear plan in place to have certain people be champions, and MJF is in a waiting list of sorts. And maybe he understands this and understands now it's time to tell other people's stories, because let's face it, MJF has had a lot of TV time in the last couple of years. So I think it would be fair to say that maybe they're giving time for other people to shine. People like Swerve have gotten the opportunity to kind of stand out a bit. So that might be a possibility. Just something I thought of.
Also, to just add real quick, I think the biggest mistake they have made with him on this run is letting him turn heel again. He should have remained as a face.
I think you could have gone that a little bit longer. I think the heel turn was inevitable. I think it maybe was
absolutely.
I think it was a little too much too fast.
Exactly.
You're going right back to his old, but
turn him heel. Add what's the big one? Because my memory is kind of shit right now. All in. Turn him heel at All In.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That would have been better. Rob, what you're making the faces like we might be crazy. Are we crazy? I mean, I know we're crazy.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, but
we're sickos.
Hey,
straight up sickos. But personally, for me, I've never been that high on MJF. He doesn't wrestle a lot. He wrestled maybe 4 matches in the first year he was with the company.
Oh yeah.
At least it felt like it. Him coming out and doing 30-minute promos every week is just I'd rather stick nails in my eyes, to be honest.
It does drag.
I think he's at a point now where it's time to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out. You know, there's been there's been rumblings. Hammerstone isn't with TNA anymore.
Hey.
Richard Holiday is a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Could we possibly get the dynasty reforming in AEW somehow? Would be a nice would be a nice shot in the arm to the trios division that is
for sure
on death's door. But as far as MJF goes, it might be time to go back to the drawing board. I mean, you could probably extend this Hangman story out another 1-2 pay-per-views, because there was a lot of story being told in the ring with him freaking out in the end. You know, why not me, or whatever the hell he was saying. So there's definitely potential to do something. It's just really up to the con man to do something about it.
Hey,
so
it nail right on the head. It's all about the booking and where we're gonna go from here. But you're right. There was that whole part where there was MJF was breaking down, screaming, "Why do they like you and not me? I don't get it." He's upset.
MJF and Hangman tag team.
I don't know. I can't say I don't like it. I can't say I don't hate it. It's one of those. I'm literally waiting for the Bucks. That's where I'm at right now. When it comes to Hangman and what we're going to do next with Hangman, I'm literally waiting for the Bucks, because I feel like they are going to be the biggest part of what happens with Hangman. Is he going to end up going back heel and being this, fucking Stan Hansen guy? Is he going to end up going fucking Stan Hansen? Or is he going to end up, going more face and going back to, the Hangy that we love, the guy that, that beat, I want to say he beat. Who did he beat for the title? I forget. Jericho. Kenny, that's right. No, he lost to Jericho. That's right. Anyway, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, he did get a little comeuppance for Christopher Daniels, hitting the Angel's wings and absolutely killing MJF, just dropping him straight on his face.
Right on the forehead.
On the whole face.
It just, oh God. I think we had about 11. I think we peaked at about 11 people in the chat, and everyone who was unmuted all made a sound. I even want to say there were some children who freaked out in the background. It's just, it was brutal. Great ending though, and I think you have something, Rob. I really do think that we could probably extend this at least one more pay-per-view and maybe get a little more out of it, something out of it coming. We got Dynasty coming up next, so. Hey,
I mean, how aptly fitting if Holiday and Hammerstone were to show up.
I literally was just gonna say, what a better way to fill Dynasty than reform Dynasty. That would be just fucking Sell me, baby. I'm sold already. Okay, I'm indifferent. I had a conversation about this match with an 11-year-old. I feel a little bit better about it. Mercedes Moné, Momo Wanatabe for the TBS Championship. So there's two things that I learned, and I guess I should have understood a little bit better before we got into this one. Momo has had zero in-ring time in AEW prior to this match. And two, the one match that she did have, she only had one prior to this, was on Collision. She went 50-50 with Serena Deeb. So, thank God I didn't watch Collision. I found out from highlights. And now, as much as I was like, she could be the one to beat her, it was rough at first. It started rough. It felt like Momo and Mercedes didn't know who's in charge. And this is the fucking common theme with Mercedes. A consistent common theme where it's who's in charge, you or me. You're the supposed veteran. You're the one getting paid more than footballers, and you can't take charge of a match. And so when Momo decided to take charge, she went back to her roots, and it went strong style. And this turned exactly into something that you would see in probably all Japan Women's Pro type of thing. You know what I mean? Maybe not Stardom because they're a little bit flashier now, but I'm talking old school because Momo was beating the dog mess out of Mercedes to the point where she landed. It was a kick right to the face, to the point where apparently she was holding her face the entire time after the match, all the way backstage. And then to come to find out, Momo left on crutches. So this match, for what it was overall brutal. Mercedes did everything and anything to keep Momo down, and Momo kept coming back. But it took a very set up finish. When Momo went up top, she missed a meteor, went right into a crossbody, and then Mercedes ends up connecting her statement maker submission, and then that was it. And then she picks up the dub there. And it a little on the little telegraphy. We kind of just went right on into it, like we knew it was coming. Somebody told him to go home, and so we saw the whole transition of it. But I didn't. Again, I'm not gonna say it was a bad match because it wasn't. It was good. It was actually rather entertaining. But at the end of the day, as I'm gonna get into with the main event, with Momo's minimal exposure and the obvious, we have nobody for Mercedes. What the fuck are we doing? What
Toni Storm.
Toni Storm is women's champ, so you're gonna tell me she's gonna hold the main and the I love it, but at the same time, then we're just wasting shit. Now we're just wasting
It's so fucking
shit.
predictable. It's what they're gonna do. Guarantee it.
I don't know what we're gonna do. So that's my question to y'all. Where can we go? Not where are we going? Where in the hell can we even go right now? Are we pulling Athena from Ring of Honor? Are we begging Stardom for another superstar? What are we doing?
I think, in my opinion, this is where I think they should go with this. Obviously, it's probably not where they're going to go with it, but the unintended benefit I feel last night was Mercedes botching, hitting Momo in the face with the high boot in the corner, which pissed Momo off, which set off Momo going into... She was already pissed because, like you said, there was nobody taking control of the match. Mm-hmm. Then Mercedes caught her in the face. Momo went to town on Mercedes, which I think, A, got Mercedes in line. Mm-hmm. B, like you said, transitioned Momo into a match that she was more comfortable in performing in, where she was the lead. it was Joshi style. And I think that kind of worked for Mercedes as well because Mercedes likes that style and
Yeah.
maybe just needed somebody to kind of bring that out of her, kind of challenge that out of her. Um, which, like I said, had the unintended benefit, I think, of proving to the thickos or whoever that Mercedes can still work given the right opponent. Same thing that was proven with Statlander. So I think they should transition into that concept, building Mercedes as somebody who can at least get the hardcore audience back on her side because for a while we all kind of gave up on her because we were tired of seeing her week in week out and she wasn't delivering on what we thought she was going to deliver on and maybe we kind of seeing a glimpse of that now.
You know, we kind of talked about this on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling because we kind of had the same question, like, where do we go? Who's who can we put out there? And you know, we just kind of collectively came together that like we need to get some of these girls back out there. Like what happened to Anna Jay, she had that whole thing in Japan, and she had some pretty good momentum going, and now she's gone. Julia Hart came back from injury, and she wrestled a couple matches, and I don't think anybody's seen her in the last couple of weeks. You know,
She should have came out with Brody at the pay-per-view.
Where the
What
hell's
was that
Camille?
about? Where the hell's Camille? Filming the movie.
yeah, you know that you got to get some of these girls out here to you know get them some reps, get them in front of the people. Like you've got Collision. Like what are you doing with Collision? You know, throw a couple more women's matches on Dynamite. Where's Sheeta at? Like
Hey,
nobody's seen Sheeta
Mm-hmm.
for a hot minute.
where's
Are
Yuka
you just,
Sakazaki?
What about Rio? Where's she
Where's
been?
Rio? Yeah.
She's broken collarbone, but
Okay,
she
never
should
mind.
be back soon.
Where's
But
Nyla?
these are things. Update videos. Like, be transparent. I've said this in the past too. Be transparent with the audience. If Rio's injured, do a quick video of her. You know, I'm rehabbing this. I can't wait to get back in the ring. People would love to see shit like that instead of giving Jeff Jarrett 20 minutes. Instead of giving MJF 45 minutes out of an hour. Like, cut that back a little bit and do little profiles of each character. You've got to build characters.
You know the training montages that went over so well for the Outrunners. Like,
Oh, I
who's to
love
say you
those.
can't do something like that for Sheeta? Like you can't.
Exactly.
Like Ruby Soho should be coming back. Like let's start putting you know the promos out there. Let's get something going.
You know, I would love to see all this, but knowing what they're gonna do, and I hate that
A lot of hates.
this is gonna happen.
There, hater.
They are going to have her beat Toni Storm, and she's gonna hold both.
Oh my. D, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I am not ready for this negativity.
I'll pay
You
you.
know what's gonna happen.
I don't want negativity right now. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't either.
God, I hope.
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you.
If you pay me to enjoy it, I guess I have nothing but the choice to do so. However, enjoying things, I enjoyed this one. Swerve Strickland, Ricochet for the #1 contendership for the AEW World Championship, and also for the Battle of the Robe, which you had to bring in the robe. Ricochet obviously wearing the embassy robe that he stole on his way out. God bless this man. We get Swerve Strickland coming out. But first there's a dude who has a great solo. It's a great solo. I don't know what the fuck happened after that.
We loved that solo.
We love that solo. I don't love the rest of it though. He was a good 3 counts off for a good minute. And I'm just, as a guy who can like still kind of count music, I'm just, you keep hearing the difference, and I'm like, please tell me I'm not the only one that hears this difference. Nope, apparently it was that noticeable. So, God bless him for trying. He finally got back on track.
Don't even know who he was.
I have no idea who this fellow was.
No introduction.
Hey, that's probably...
he was probably somebody that Tony found on like a classifieds board in like a Guitar Center somewhere.
Hey, you know what?
I'd bet he's the drummer for Fozzy, to be honest.
Yes, probably.
That is terrible. Speaking of things that weren't terrible, however, I absolutely loved. We're in Hollywood. We're in the. I won't call it the Crypto Center, so it's the Staples Center, or at least until somebody's going to yell at me for calling it the Staples Center. So that has to mean we're in Hollyweird, which means all the celebrities are out. There was a crap ton of them. Oh, good God, there was a bunch of them. But the most noticeable one, or a few, I should say, was some SNL characters, and the biggest one of them all, no pun intended, was Leslie Jones, who was quite literally living her best life, just going absolutely mental for this match. Why? I have no fucking clue. Who cares? She was just going mental. It was like showing up in the middle of a footy game where your team's up 5-0. You're just, it's a riot. You're having a time of your life. You're 9 beers in, making new friends. That was her, all by herself.
According to Nigel, and I can't believe he said this, that was Prince Nana's mom. I thought he turned into Paulette for a minute.
Oh, Lord. It was so great. I love Nigel to death. Oh, God, do I love Nigel to death. He's the man. This match was fantastic. There was just moves aplenty. The 6:30 got busted out, which randomly was the perfect time after he hits the 6:30 on Swerve for Nana to go, oh, hey, my robe's been sitting there for 15 minutes. Let me go steal it back. So he steals it back just to get it stolen from him. Again, it was just a whole weird old thing. And that literally leads me to whose fucking idea is these announce tables? Whose goddamn idea is to have like 1.5 inches of straight pine for these announce tables now? Because Swerve and Ricochet are battling on the announce table. And it looks like Swerve was gonna, Ricochet was gonna hit something that gets reversed. Swerve, I forget what move Swerve actually calls it, but he hits it on this just solid table. It doesn't even flex. There's
he did
no
a vertebreaker, didn't he?
Yeah, there you go, vertebreaker. It doesn't flex. There's no it just
no give.
Just nothing. Ow. I can't say it any better. Just ow.
WWE's kind of got one that looked like that now, too.
I don't know. Again, that's what I'm saying. I don't know whose idea this is. Knock it off. You are going to hurt somebody. You are going to hurt
We just go back to blaming Pat Buck like the old days.
Oh, fucking. The Buckery is alive.
The Buckery.
The Buckery is alive. Let's see. Ricochet comes back. There's the roll up attempt. Nana gets sent and crashing to the outside. Ricochet nearly steals a pin. That's when Swerve comes up, hits 2 house calls and a big pressure, and Swerve picks up the win. He's the new #1 contender, which at this point I think that is the best thing to have. I mean, I'm not saying obviously Ricochet should have won. I'm not saying that. I'm more meaning of how the main event was, or ended, I should say. This is the best guy to go at.
Easily.
That.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get on
For
that.
sure.
But for this, kudos to Ricochet. Because, again, the hatred, the shit talkery of this man that he's received over the months of, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yes, there are times he can't put a sentence together. There's times I can't put a sentence together. Okay?
Exactly.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. But the fact of the matter is he let none of that bother him. He's been better by the week. This feud has done wonders for him, and I'm actually excited to see what may happen next with Ricochet.
I'd love to see him go after Daniel Garcia.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I like this match a lot. It was, I think, Ricochet's first 5-star match in
Hey.
who knows how long, if
Probably since the
ever.
PWG
I mean, it
days.
might not have been 5 stars. I mean, I haven't watched everything back yet. You know, homie was having a few beers and stuff like that. You know,
This
Midges
what
and Brew came over to the palace.
this
It's
is
good.
what started the what I was calling the 5-star train from last night, where it was just like, oh,
Yeah,
that's right on it, that's right on the money, and this is what started it. So maybe it's more like 4.5er, but hey, we'll just say it was a part of the five-star train.
in the context of the stories that they were telling, which were some really developed stories,
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's safe to say you could say it's a 5 star. It delivered like
Mm,
completely.
there you go.
It definitely checked all the boxes. It had a story. It was a good match. If this was, the culmination of the story, it ended great. Ended how it should have.
It what it needed to.
And
Exactly.
I'm still pretty tilted about that drummer, though. I,
Hey,
I can't find his name on social media whatsoever. Everybody's pissed off at him, though.
I mean, it was that
Rightfully,
bad.
rightfully
There's
so.
It was that bad. I'm sorry.
it just like, did he not practice it?
I'm
No,
sure. I'm
what I
sure.
think because when you're behind
Please, Rob.
something, your hearing goes out. So I noticed he didn't have any in ears.
Monitors,
Yeah, no
yeah.
So
monitors.
that's where he fucked up.
Nah,
Yeah.
you know what he did? He met up with Big Swole right before the
Oh.
performance. Smoked all her weed with Tony Khan.
Damn.
Yeah, that'll get you 3 counts off.
He got Tony's bad supplier of Thunder Snow.
Oh,
So
not the bad
Man.
supply.
That vent.
Mm.
So, before I leave this one and we go to the next one, there was one other thing where we were thinking, or at least I was thinking, probably not the only one thinking it, that there was possibly gonna be the Prince Nana turn. We had the teases, we had the couple of times where he got attacked, and it looked like he's gonna turn on Swerve, but it didn't happen.
Oh yeah.
It gave you
He
the
walked off and said,
uh,
"You."
yeah, it gave you the inkling feeling that
Like,
it was gonna go down. It didn't go down. So my question is that idea out the bar? Is it done with now? Him turning no more, or
no.
we're just putting it on hold?
I don't want to see it, but I know it's gonna happen.
I think what it was, they just put that pot on the burner and they put that on low. They
I
put
like
that
that.
on simmer.
Simmer.
It's not yet begun to cook.
It's a stew, baby.
It'll happen.
I would prefer it be something that develops over a long length of time, maybe even a couple years. If they're on that already, I don't know. I like the idea of Nana and Swerve together. I think it works. I think the whole Nana dance and whose house thing, like it gives the fans something to kind of do a callback to the wrestlers. It kind of builds the character. Having Nana there adds to the depth of Swerve's character. I don't think they should be broken up for some time.
I like
So
that.
I think this is something that if they do explore, takes place over a long period of time. And it could definitely be huge, but I hope they don't put the gas on it too quick.
I like that.
If you
I like that.
if
Go ahead,
you
D.
think back to 2002 Survivor Series, I'm talking Paul Heyman turning on Brock.
Yeah.
The reaction that got. This could be that equivalent. Maybe Nana eventually costs Swerve, whoever ends up taking it off of Swerve again, maybe you have Nana side with them.
I can dig
As
that.
long as the belt gets off Neo Nox Mox.
Hey,
Let's-
that's literally where we're at right now. Get it off of him. Again, feeling like the NWO. We'll get into it. The boyhood, not the boyhood. The massive fan of me, the fanboy, if you will. That's better off. Kazuchika Okada, Brody King, AEW Continental Title. This was 5.5. You can't change my mind. I rewatched it. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. I love Okada. I do. But there's one thing I realized. And it's something I think that it took really slowing down and watching, like really watching matches again. He is doing half of what he would do in Japan. Maybe half.
Oh,
Less
shit,
than
yeah.
half. My man's out here second gear. Third gear if you're lucky. You know what I mean? And the craziest part about that is his second gear is some people's fifth.
Yeah.
Right.
So I still thought this match was very, 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 very good. You could run this motherfucker back anywhere in Japan and people would fall in love with Brody King.
Mhm.
But it's not a fiver. And I can accept that.
Well, with you saying Okada kind of, I hate the term half-ass. I hate it. But is that because really Okada, or is it just that people just can't keep up with him?
It's because people can't keep up with him. That's the American
There are
style.
few that can. There are few that can. Kenny is one of the few that can, do his level. Osprey can do it.
At the same time, I think it's just an adjustment to the American style of wrestling as well.
Exactly. He's still learning. He's still learning that American TV style. It would have been the exact same if he had signed with WWE. It would have been the same.
I don't think he would have been able to call people bitch though.
No, and I think that probably would have killed a little bit of his gimmick.
Well,
I don't
if
know what
he
you
went to
would've got
Raw
over.
and when it was on Netflix.
Maybe.
If you want to get
If we
crazy.
get the word goddamn on Netflix,
goddamn.
then they would have gotten away with it.
So, speaking of goddamn, there was a whole lot of goddamn chopping from Brody King on this one. I kept saying, like, I kept looking at Okada's elbow pads, and I'm like, oh, geez, is he wrestling with a torn bicep? Oh, no. His elbow pads are bleeding, you say? No. He's being chopped so fucking hard from Brody King that when Brody goes over, he's still catching part of his arm and slicing it. And I'm just thinking to myself, please go to Japan. For the love of all things great in this world, please go to Japan. And I want to see you and Gabe Kidd either team up or just beat the dog mess out of each other. Either one works for me because I think that would just fucking slap like nobody's business.
You know what it made me want?
Please.
Brody King versus Gunther.
Oh, ho, ho. My chest hurts.
I can hear those chops right now. I can hear them now.
I'm quivering. The chops, the cannonballs, the splashes into this barricade that doesn't budge like the fucking announce tables. This thing was awesome. Again, we're talking about guys that can be on the Okada level. Again, Okada may be in second or third gear, but whatever gear Brody was on, he was right there with him. He was on that length with him. I would love to see this run back. Just
Exactly. For a match that was thrown together, 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Yeah.
It did what it needed to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And again, unintended benefit. It showcased, like you just said, Brody not only got a spot with Okada, Brody kept up with Okada, showing that if you put him against some other worthy opponents, you're going to get some world-class bangers out of him.
And like we were talking before we went on the show, I made the point, and I'll make it here. The problem with Brody, and it's not his fault, not at all. But previously, he was with Malachi. People knew him because they knew Malachi or Aleister Black.
There you go.
That's how they associate with him. So you're having to... I mean, we know who Brody was. But they're almost having to start fresh with Brody King. Excuse me. It's almost as if they're re-debuting him in a way.
Yeah.
To the
kinda.
point where they've got to show people that, hey, this guy is a fucking monster.
Monster.
He's the big monster type, but he can fucking move.
He can.
There aren't a lot of people out there that can move like Brody King.
Can't wait to see that boy bust the lucha on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Brody King is every bit of every offensive lineman I ever played football with. Just massive.
Future world champion. I could easily see it.
I don't see why not. I mean, again, it's
in time.
in due time. I can literally see a good chunk of this roster winning the world title. Brody King is. I want to
Even
say
Big Boom.
no, no, not him.
Maybe the ROH title.
Maybe yeah. There you go. We can do the ROH.
Yeah,
That's dirty.
That's happening
So
Better than Jericho.
That's just
with the cookie.
with the, I don't ever want to go.
Boom.
I don't ever want to go to Costco ever again. Great match though. Okada wins with a rainmaker.
Sam's Club, bitch.
Sam's Club. You know what? Yeah, I do go to Sam's Club. It's not too bad. You know, I got maybe I'm not the only one that got more out of this than I thought. But I if these guys would have won, I would have popped something fierce because every goddamn time the screen does the whole circly thing or whatever, I get transformed and it's 1989 all over again. I make the joke that if these dudes were 300 pounds, it would be even more so 1989. But it's the truth. I love the Outrunners, and I hope and pray sometime soon they get either an AEW or Ring of Honor World title, title reign, not a title shot, title reign, because they're that damn good. But it'll get Hurt Syndicate, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley against the Outrunners, Turbo Floyd, Truth Magnum for the AEW Tag Team titles. For about 7 minutes, I counted, about 7 minutes. It was all the Outrunners. They had the speed, they had the power, they had the momentum, they had the fucking poses, you name it. These guys, they had it all. And then Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley on the outside, and MVP's like, you getting your ass whooped. Or I forgot what the actual terminology he said was, but oh yeah, he's like, they're owning your shit or whatever. They got mad. Went in there and beat the absolute dog crap out of these dudes. They had a little bit of a comeback where it looked like maybe they can make another one. No. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin put an absolute end to it.
Shut that down.
For two dudes on the verge of 50, I don't give a damn who the opponent. The strength, the power, the speed, the stature, the professionalism, I could go down the list. These guys are it. How they left the other company, as they used to say back in the day, how they left New York and ended up as free agents is beside me. It truly is. I get, you can't push the shit out of Bobby Lashley every fucking single week. Maybe you can't push Shelton Benjamin as a singles guy. But as this group, the three of them, how could you not? Literally, how could you not? And now they're here, and it's fucking great.
I think the problem, though, is that WWE has a lot more constraints. It has a lot more shackles, where to the point where there's only so much that they can do, that the writers can do. To the point where with AEW, talent is encouraged to say, hey, what if I try this? WWE doesn't really encourage that as much.
No.
To the point where, Sheldon, and we've all said this, he's criminally underrated. He should have been a multi-time WWE champion by now.
That fucking step-up knee he does, the crack just echoes in my head, and I love it. That is ridiculous. That man is almost 50 years old and can do that.
I kind of thought Cedric Alexander was going to debut tonight or last night.
I think he's still got a little more time on that.
Give it a little bit.
Well, I thought his contract just ended.
He I think his last tweet said "see you in 90." So.
Oh, there you go. Harold, are you gawking over the Hurt Syndicate like we are?
I'm loving the run they're having, and I think it was me, Rob, in DC, when Bobby Lashley first came to AEW, we said the best route would be for them to eventually put the tag title on him, because we kind of debated this. Bobby Lashley, the only other place to go is world title.
Oh,
And
yeah.
for him to go from debut to world title just seemed like a strange path. So we thought the best way to do it would be start with the tag division, and that's exactly where they went with it. Tag division needed some love. It got the love. People are loving the Hurt Syndicate right now. I'm loving Hurt Syndicate right
Hell
now.
yeah.
They're putting on fantastic matches. I didn't think Bobby Lashley could transition so easily into the AEW style, but I have to remind myself he did a long stint in TNA Impact, so he had a lot of experience with a lot of these guys and these producers. So he's doing a great job. He looks like he's having fun. They look great with the titles. It looks great for AEW. I'm excited to see where this goes.
It's going to go up.
Honorable mention to CT Fletcher doing their promo.
Hey!
That was funny as hell.
Love CT. Glad he was there. Since we're dropping random knowledge for no fucking reason, just shy of 500 collegiate amateur wrestling wins between these two dudes. Just shy of 500. Which, if anybody knows anything about amateur wrestling, the most you can do in a full college career is 300 wins. So, yeah. They were fucking good. Let's just go with that.
They hurt people.
Speaking of fucking good, if you like dramatics, if you like overall storytelling with visualization, if you like in-ring storytelling with visualization, if you like gorgeous women beating the shit out of each other, whatever have you, this delivered on every goddamn measure, every checklist, every whatever you want to do, this checked it. Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm. Mariah May for the AEW Women's Championship.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes. Hallelujah. Thank God.
This was
Lords.
just
Hallelujah.
So first off, I have to because it just the second I said timeless Toni Storm, the Eddie Guerrero. Cause she at one point was leaking so bad you could see a little panic in her face, like crap, bro, I can't even get it out of my eyes.
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, she was really frustrated that it was burning her eyes, and she worked through it.
Yes, she did. Luckily, it eventually coagulated enough that she could, clean it off enough. Mariah got some color. Everybody got color for the fucking good majority of the rest of the night.
Kind of gave me Sting versus Flair vibes. Both blonde.
Thank you.
Blading, like it just
visualization. Just
loved it.
overall.
Speaking of vibes, Toni Storm in these types of matches where she starts busting out the deathmatch shit,
yes,
gives me Terry Funk vibes.
Oh yeah,
like she starts moving like Funk. Like, where did that come up from? You know what I mean?
I want to say she even came out with the Bang Bang, so I don't know. You mean
yeah.
She's a hardcore legend.
I mean, who would have thought we would have saw a Taipei deathmatch on AEW?
Oh God, thank you, Rob. Thank you. The Taipei deathmatch where you wrap your hand in tape, where Toni Storm wrapping her hand, she's trying to do it right, and Mariah May's like, I gotta strip around like the top of my knuckles. I'll be all right. And Tony's like digging into the thing, and she's not making a single sound, right? And Mariah's just like, what is like really? It was a little funny because it's like
someone doesn't watch their death matches.
I was just gonna say, I was like, obviously somebody didn't do their research. You were like, I'm ballsy, I'll do it. I'm ballsy, but there's ballsy, and then there's
hey, she fucking tried it, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm not gonna do it. So kudos to her.
She did that for you, bro.
Right.
In that fucking bride looking dress too. She did it.
Oh yeah, she did. That was
all for you, bro.
The whole hey, you telling me the whole the overall just story of it was literally perfect. I don't know how else to say it. It was a trilogy come to a head where it was Mariah May is so torn that she feels this way because she loved Toni Storm. And it's, you betrayed me and this and that. And it's just so, it is quite literally a Hollywood ending. For lack of better words, or I should say, for the best of words, it was a Hollywood ending.
And it ended in Hollywood.
Hey,
if you've got a few minutes and you don't mind hearing a nerd go on a rant for a little bit, check out Tony Khan at the media scrum for Revolution and listen to him describe the Toni Storm and Mariah May feud. He describes it in complete detail of how they planned it from start to finish and how it developed and went along. And it's a little like, oh, this guy is a little much, but it is very interesting to hear the thought process and how it pretty much worked out like 98% of what they planned out to a T, with avoiding injuries, scheduling conflicts, all of that. And it's really interesting to hear.
Fucking love it.
And I'll pay you.
He'll pay you. Good guy. Rob D, do you guys have anything you want to add to this masterpiece besides it was over 5?
Toni Storm is just winning at life. Like,
sheesh.
Amazing match. She finished the match, in the position she did. She's got Mariah. She's got juice. She's a champion. Fucking winning.
Just winning.
He is easily, like, if you think of the top 5 women in pro wrestling,
absolutely.
If she's not in your top 5,
you wrong.
Are you even watching?
Are you even human?
There we go. Now we're talking. Are you
in all aspects? She checks all the boxes.
Yeah, it was glorious. So it ended how it started with the shoe. What was called Mariah Storm. Toni Storm hits Mariah May with it on her head. Then hits the I want to say her the pile driver, the Storm Zero, gets the win. Right as she does it, they kind of just like laying on each other. The whole place goes to black while the screen reads the end in very 50s style writing. Again, fucking masterpiece. Fucking master. Again, this fucking pay-per-view was awesome. We're getting to the bad part, but this pay-per-view was awesome. Please, D, go ahead.
I just had the thought.
Uh-oh.
We talked about what do you do with Mercedes Moné, Mariah May.
Ooh. Can't say I wasn't just thinking the same thing.
You have Mariah May take some time off. And then next pay-per-view is what? Dynasty, right?
Dynasty. Yeah. You got double or
How
nothing.
much time we got between now and then?
Not much.
A month. Maybe 4 weeks.
Like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So you don't have her show up on TV at all until then. And as soon as Mercedes does her bullshit, whatever she's gonna do, you have Mariah May come out after her match and just stare her down. You don't say a word. You don't get physical at all. You just have her lock eyes.
Set it up for double or nothing, D.
Double or nothing, all in, all out, does not matter.
Do a trilogy. Do the trilogy.
Run it back.
I'm with that. If they've got chemistry, let them do it.
And let RJ City write it.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Because he's the one that did this.
RJ's the man. All right. Speaking of the man.
Hope you got an extra bag of Coke.
Hey. I'm sure it'll be helpful. Kenny Omega. Kazuchika Okada, AEW International Championship.
What did he say? What? What the fuck?
This is just the 4th match that Kenny has had since coming back from diverticulitis. Wow. Just I remember saying it repeatedly every chance I got after watching Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd, and the words were simply, Kenny's back. Kenny's back, Kenny's back, Kenny's back. No matter how you want to put it, Kenny's back. Prime example number 4 that Kenny is fucking back. Because
Kenny back.
The selling of the stomach. Okay, there's one thing that I don't think a lot of people bring up with Kenny is his in-ring storytelling. How he makes you believe everything. He makes you believe it all. He makes you believe when he's got nothing, but he really does. When he makes you believe that he's hurt, but he's got the comeback ready. When he makes you believe that the diverticulitis is right back in his gut and he's going to die right there next to Takeshita, you fucking believe it. And I believed it. I fell hook, line, and sinker. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's out fucking, he is one of a kind. We were literally having this conversation as the match was going on. Kyle got frustrated with it, and I personally,
fuck Kyle.
I love that.
Fuck Kyle.
Okada, if I have a 1A, 1B for the best wrestler in the world, hands down, regardless of whatever momentum you name it, it is always Okada 1, Omega 2. So Okada A and Omega B, if you know 1A, 1B. And it's just because I feel like, as we just said, Okada's in second or third gear with Brody King, putting on something that we thought was 5 stars at the first, and he barely did anything. Kenny's back to being Kenny of old, and we know how good he is when he's Kenny of old, but we were also seeing how Kenny was when he was stuck in third gear, because he couldn't get out of third gear. And third gear looked good. It was good Kenny, but it wasn't that guy. Now, granted,
it wasn't the cleaner.
It wasn't.
He was fucking hurt, bro.
I was just gonna say, there's a mad difference between turning it down yourself, dropping it in a second as Okada's done, coming into the States, and literally battling vertigo, stomach pain, and just overall. Apparently, he said there was times where he couldn't move. So again,
Believe it.
It's. But the point I'm driving at is I feel like there's just a different level. Now we could debate that forever. But the point I should be getting at is we've got the guy who's been sitting back in second or third gear in Okada holding on to that Continental Championship. And now we have Kenny, who's as back as can be, with the Intercontinental Championship. Or sorry, the International Championship. Sorry, I'm over here in the E-land.
Same thing.
Pretty much. And we are but 4 months away from July. And for the first time since I really have to say it like this, since the first time since probably the first or second year of AEW's creation, we're going to get 2 of the best in the fucking world at full strength, going full bore, putting on the biggest show they can. And I'm just overly excited. I'm so much so that I'm blowing past this excellent match, because that's what it was. It was an excellent match. We had all the interference in the world from Don Callis. We had Takeshita looking like he could absolutely beat anybody with a Blue Thunder Bomb, which again, Sami Zayn's pissed off to all fucking hell because this guy's actually won a match with a Blue Thunder Bomb. So you can throw that in the fun mix. The back and forth of it all just proves that Takeshita's on that level. But Kenny's back is on a different level. Kenny may be on that level with him right now, but he's already surpassed him. So as excited as I am for July, we have to wait and see. Again, Don Callis' family is something that always goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. What do we do, as we keep asking with all these other people? What do we do now? What do we do here? What do we do there? What do we do? What do we do with Takeshita? I don't really feel you lose too much momentum with Kenny Omega. It's Kenny fucking Omega. That's like losing a Ric Flair in the 80s. You're really going to get mad about it? Like, you don't really got a choice.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, what could we do with Takeshita?
Turn him face.
I like this. That's already a great
Yeah.
start.
I mean,
I was
he
thinking.
had a good
go ahead,
face
Rob.
run. He had a good face run.
Yeah,
It was a good start, at least.
I think Takeshita is the kind of guy that could kind of adapt either way, whether he's heel or face. I think the audience is not really concerned. Same thing with the title. I don't think he needed the title. It's just everybody wanted him to have the title because we felt like he deserved it, and we wanted, like the appreciation to be shown that he's doing a great job. Now that that's been done, he doesn't need it anymore. So I would love to see him go into a feud he would win. However, I would love to see him go into a feud with like Jay White would be great. Actually, I don't think he would win that feud with Jay White, but that would be a great feud to see.
You know
So
what they could do,
Cody.
and it would really help out the title. Give him a run as the Ring of Honor World Champion.
okay,
I don't hate it.
No, not at all. I don't know.
You know, it would serve two things. One, it would get the title the hell off Jericho,
Hey, now that's an idea.
and B, it would increase. Look what he did for the international title.
Oh yeah, and then
It would do the same for the Ring of Honor title.
I love that. Thank
And-
you.
I'm on the note with the international title. Fix the goddamn belt. The backing was coming apart. Fix it.
Only fucking
My
Dave would right see that.
My OCD just get some glue.
Just get some
A bit
glue.
of glue.
It's not that hard.
And you're
you
done.
Get the super glue.
So, another question that we had kind of talked about, and I think we've come to the foregone conclusion that that's probably what we may end up doing. But again, July is but 4 months away, all in Texas. We're looking at champion versus champion. Is this a unification? Are we getting rid of one of these belts? What do we feel that way? DC's nodding his head off.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Continental title. Like you don't need it.
make it a trophy. I say make it like the Owen title. Just get a trophy. Have the person carry the trophy for one or two appearances. Get rid of it.
Well,
That's
wasn't
it.
the
you
whole
turn the
idea of it
Continental
to be
Classic
like
into the G1, which is what it was supposed to be initially.
Yeah.
And whoever wins the Continental Classic, have it be where they have a title match for any title, whatever title they want.
hey,
World title, tag title, international title, TNT,
the
whatever.
gift of the gods used to have to be turned in. Why not? I like that. I know.
I mean, hell, they
technically
used for the X division. They used to have it, where you could turn that in for a world title shot. Do something similar.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it's a great idea, especially since you brought up the true fact that the Continental title was meant to be pretty much going to the winner of the U.S. version of the G1 Climax. So I'm sure we could do some tweaking. Couple guys that were doing some tweaking of their own. No pun intended, or puns intended. Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, ain't a steel
Good Lord.
cage.
Mm.
More Don Callis on commentary, and I never screamed so much in all of my days. The sheer craziness that these two boys put each other through, because they're good lads, they're friends, best of friends, if you will. Brutality. Beat the crap out of each other. Will Ospreay's never been in a cage, apparently, so he's like, which isn't true. So he's like trying to do like the fucking springboard, whatever. He can't. He's trying to do this. He can't. It was pissing him off, which means Kyle's able to get an advantage. Well, that just, in return, makes Ospreay mad. So he starts just beating the shit out of him for no goddamn reason. And then they're fighting on top of the cage. They do a Spanish fly off of that. I screamed bloody horror because poor Will comes down on his hip And I'm like, if the last guy fell on his leg in like pencil form, broke it. You're coming down, again, still from high distance, landing right on your fucking hip. If it's not at least severely bruised, I'll be goddamn surprised.
20 feet on the hip.
Just doesn't feel good at all.
Get that man some weed.
Please and thank you. Mark Davis shows up, tries to interfere. I say tries. But this deranged, crazed man that is Will Ospreay is just sick and twisted, beating everybody left and right with, I think, what did he have? He had a chair, a barbed wire bat. That's what it was. This barbed wire aluminum bat. An aluminum bat, for crying out loud. Sounded like a kid's Little League game when this thing was hitting shit.
Ting, ting, ting,
He's
ting.
doing the bang bang because Cactus Jack, because we all love Cactus Jack. Again, these bats are bananas. Davis is helping Fletcher, who's screaming at Ospreay that he wanted this. Aussie Open, whatever the fuck. There's the Poison Rana Poison Rana punched a chair into the face of Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Utter goddamn madness. There was the bag of thumbtacks. There wasn't enough blood and nonsense everywhere, they bust out the thumbtacks. That was before they hit the Spanish fly off the top of the ring. When they come off of it, Kyle Fletcher is screaming at Will Ospreay, "I fucking hate you. Just fuck you, this and that." He's literally yelling, "Fuck you!" and gets hit with a hidden blade right in the face. Tiger Driver 91. Will Ospreay wins, obviously limping, probably has a broken hip. Holy goddamn shit. Just a whole, again, banger after banger after banger after what the fuck did we just see?
And does Ospreay have any blood left in his body?
I don't think so. But hell, the heart's a beautiful muscle.
And can we just say, somebody get Kyle Fletcher a goddamn tetanus shot?
Oh,
Yeah, what was with that? Like, I don't mind blood in matches at all. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, they bleed every match. Like, I don't care if they bleed every match, but the licking of the blood is just egregious.
can't do it. Can't do it. Give me the shakes right now, bro.
They can go get lab work done together.
Man,
Hold
get
hands,
the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, that was a bit extreme. Kyle Fletcher's.
Did Kyle dip into Tony's Thunder Snow supply?
Oh, God.
Because I mean, Fletcher was licking a lot of things last night. in
Yes,
that
he
match.
was.
They're gonna
He
start spitting in
licked
each
the
other's
cage.
mouths.
He
The
licked
screwdriver.
the screwdriver.
Yeah.
They're like stabbing each other with this. It was just, this was on another level of some shit. Glad
He
it's
had that.
over.
Tony Khan.
Hey, it's reeks the TK. Will Ospreay's been doing a lot to get nowhere. Can we get this man
Yeah.
some love? Maybe. I mean, I know that we know Swerve is next in line. Maybe if for some dumb reason if Swerve fails, maybe it's Will. You know,
I think Will's gonna be Swerve's first opponent, probably.
I like that, but I also feel like that's a throwaway.
True.
I think the argument could be made because you have a large enough roster, you have 2 fucking shows. Maybe it's time to consider having a second world title.
I'm not the biggest fan of like a bazillion belts, and I think that's exactly
Well,
what
I
you
know,
get
I'm
I
started.
feel
saying,
like it's a band-aid. That's how I feel about that. It'll work, but it's a band-aid.
For how long? Yeah, I dig it. Okay.
I mean, the problem is so many people
Tony
in
Khan.
AEW. Well, that's also a problem.
We know that's a
that.
problem.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Uh,
You have
Come on,
so
guys.
many A+ stars in AEW. You have so fucking many of them that you're always going to have somebody who you say, well, why isn't this person in the world title picture? Why isn't this person a world champion yet? Why hasn't that person? It's that's the problem when you have a stacked roster like this, is that somebody is always gonna get left out.
Yeah.
Somebody always gets left out. You're
Get the
1,000%.
fucking title off Mox already.
But yet we've got 50-year-olds going after the title.
Stop it.
I can't cope with that.
Ha!
Fuck that. Save it for
Okay.
the main.
All right. I hope you've enjoyed what we've brought you so far, because the next part of this is either going to be hilariously enjoyable because we're all going to shit all over it, or it's going to drag. So either we apologize or you're welcome. The main event,
Or both.
or both. Jon Moxley versus Cope for the AEW World Championship.
No romper stomper gang.
No Romper Stomper gang. They were all taken out by the Cope. And
Uter was there.
yeah, Uter. We'll get into Uter.
Uter.
Trust me, we'll get into Uter.
Uter.
First off, the LA crowd singing Cope's theme was the most forced goddamn thing I have seen in quite some time.
I didn't know that many people in LA knew the words to that song.
I don't think there was. I really
Did
do
they
think that was
actually
piped
sing it, or
in.
did they pipe it in?
Probably.
Fucking DC, we're right here, baby. I swear to God, they piped it in. I swear to God.
Ain't nobody give a fuck about Edge theme song.
No, not. I mean,
And I like that song.
granted, I believe there was about 11 or 12,000 in the building, so good job, Staples Center. But I mean,
They're singing Not Like Us.
I'm about to say, you are not going to tell me 11,000 people from LA or in LA are going to sing this goddamn cat song. It's not going
The
to happen.
fucking Sacramento fans came down and sang that shit.
Yeah, not in LA, fam.
Say Cope.
Oh, God. So, I got to breathe for a second. You know, I used to do this fun show called Retro Rewind, where I used to go back and watch the Monday Night Wars before the Monday Night Wars was a thing. And I used to have to watch some very, very, very early WWF. And it used to be so slow and so bland. And it was like white people taco night. You know what I mean?
Hey, now. Hey.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry, D. I apologize, but it's just it.
Average white people taco night.
There we go. And you know what? Thank you for the word input right there, because that's exactly how this was. It was average. This felt like you could have absolutely had it on a Dynamite in the middle of the show, and it would have garnered the same fucking reception. It dragged, and and then there's a fucking choke, and then there's like another choke, and then they're outside for a little bit, doing nothing, and it just fucking goes, and goes, and goes, and goes. And it's just, there's no sign of getting off. You're just on, baby. You're just on.
Up.
And
it's like the traffic down to visit Mo when you're going down to San Diego. You're about to hit fucking Pendleton. And there's only one or two fucking lanes. Everybody and their mother is there exactly when you gotta be there. That's exactly how this match was. And you're just like, when does it end? When does it end? It's as bad as you expected. It might even be worse than you expected. And
oh shit!
I'm gonna stop myself.
No, it was goddamn perfect. It was goddamn perfect the way you explained that, because the fact of the matter is he's right. Leaving or coming from anywhere else on the 5 into San Diego is a 2-lane road through Pendleton for about 10 miles, and literally, once you pass that base, that 4 or 5 miles don't feel like nothing. Don't feel like nothing. But for those 5 miles that you're passing that base, there's always somebody who crashed. Always. Always, 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 always. There's 3 facts of life: death, taxes, and a crash on the 5. It's just the facts of life. And yes, that's a perfect analogy with the dragging of the sheer ass. Yuta comes in to hopefully break up the monogamy. He doesn't. Switchblade hits the ring. Even he's not breaking up the fucking monogamy. It's still the same goddamn shit. There was a cover for a second. Bryce gets dragged out. That's when Christian Cage reveals himself because he's all in this whole whatever. He takes out the contract. He signs. Everybody's excited.
Save us, Christian Cage.
Right. Everybody's excited. It's your favorite stepdad. Your dad's gonna win. Be happy. Oh my God. He hits Cope with a spear. Goes for a second one, which don't know why. Tries to go for the kill switch, which again, we're dragging it out. That's when Moxley comes in to break up the whole thing. He ends up getting a choke, and as he's getting the choke on Cope or on Christian goes to cover Cope, almost gets the win. I kind of really think that you should have gave him the win right then, and then you could still play the fucking Christian Cage Moxley card later on in Dynasty or at fucking All Out or not, Double or Nothing in May. You could have done something, but no, because the reality is we went back in time when the Outrunners came in, when the spinny thing actually happened. We went back to 1998, where the NWO ruled the fucking world. And Hulk Hogan, who looks like a goddamn neo-Nazi in fucking John Moxley, is still the champ. And then he runs out like fucking Hulk Hogan. It's fucking Hulk Hogan all over again. And that's exactly what I felt. And then we get a little bit of a something because Prince Nana and Swerve are out there. And Swerve damn near literally kills Moxley with a stomp, which I loved. But don't do it because then we're going to have to fucking extend this even longer, which I don't want it to be because I've been on Pendleton's goddamn 2-lane street for too long. Oh, God. It's being on it's like having a great buzz. You know what I mean? It was a hard day at work. You're four or five drinks in. You're on a good one. You're feeling yourself. You're having a great day. And then somebody reminds you that you got to go do something. Oh, hey, don't you have to go home because you have a test to do? Like, thank you for absolutely ruining everything I was excited for, which was not giving a damn. Enjoying living in the moment. I didn't want to live in that moment. Because that moment sucked ass.
It was literally like another analogy. I'm going to do it. I love analogies.
Do it.
It was like having a Sunday pay-per-view.
Hey.
Tony Khan. And realizing, I got work tomorrow morning, you jackass.
4 hours.
That's what Cope and Mox was realizing you had work tomorrow.
I think I made the point last night when I said that this is a main event that belonged on a Dynamite.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something you put on a fucking pay-per-view. This is something WWE does.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this match was booked how a WWE match would have been booked. Right down to the finish. I mean, honestly, I thought the whole Christian thing, it would have been fucking great if that's how he had won the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just puts his hand on Cope. Up counts to 3.
It was like a Vince McMahon 2019 WWE match.
Yeah.
This was like Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns with the dog.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, the flashy backs. The flashy backs are there.
Tony's capable of doing so much better. And like right now they are devaluing the AEW World Title.
I don't know if he is capable of doing better, and that's a discussion we've had for weeks on end, and it's one we definitely have to bring to the masses.
Shit right now.
Yeah, Tony's on everybody's shit list on the top of mine for sure. He's gonna get some points this week on the Max So that's that. That's Revolution. We had to get into it. We had to do it. For what it was a great show. For how it ended, you could definitely take a whole star off the entire show because just good God.
I still give it about an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I say.
Yeah.
For sure.
If it wasn't for this match, I would have given the pay-per-view a solid A.
Oh yeah. It hit on every
absolutely.
cylinder.
Knocked it down to a C+.
It's
Damn.
that curve is rough, baby. That curve is rough.
So much sour sauce.
All of it. Oh, not the. Oh, I love sauce. Not the sour. All right, that's it for the Revolutions. We got a whole lot more coming. Like I said, we got Dynasty coming next at the end of this month. At the end of next month, sorry. Double or Nothing is not too far behind it. A couple months after that, we got All In. God only knows what the E's got dropping. You know what the E's got dropping next month? Is the biggest show of the goddamn year, WrestleMania 2 nights. We're covering that one as well.
And can we also add that WrestleMania Night 2 is on 420?
Hey, now we're
Saw that.
fucking talking
Travis
about.
Scott saw that.
Now
Which
we're
is
talking.
which is also Easter, I believe.
Hey,
Oh, that's
Lord,
even better.
the Lord gets it. The Lord gets it.
Wow.
We're wilding out here. All right, well, that's our time. But before we get out of here, let's talk to the boys. Let's see what's going down in the bank. I've been watching the entire old Old Town Taco Run. Tell me you got some more in the bank, Harold. What else do you got coming at me? At everybody with the 2 Sweet Click adventures.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a little slow, I'm not gonna lie, but we're looking for new things coming up here and there. Like I had mentioned last time, we still got one in the tank. It's the Cuban restaurant, the Florida, coming straight out of Downey. They're having they had a soft open that we were able to be lucky enough to get in to visit and get some food, so that's coming soon. Like Mo said, we just did the Old Town. Prior, we did the Taco Run. We just released Old Town State Historic Park, where we kind of just walked around and looked at all the state exhibits. If you like California tourism, food, events, check out 2 Sweet Click Adventures, YouTube, Instagram. Woo!
Love it. Absolutely love it. DC, what's going down? Are we sneaking in with Mike? Are we doing Lucha Underground?
I believe that is coming. Pundit is going to be coming, thinking probably Thursday.
Love it.
Mike and I just recorded our episode on the debut episode of NXT, not the developmental show, the actual OG NXT with the pros and the rookies, with that scrapping young talent, Daniel Bryan.
Hey.
I don't know whatever happened to him.
Wonder where that
Him
goes.
And good old Bad News Barrett.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Let me see if well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
That's very good.
I can't do that. I
Right.
can't do it anymore.
Great. All right, we got a whole lot of work happening with Sir Michael Larkin. I know Rob's also working with Sir Michael Larkin. You guys predicted the Revolution show. What else do y'all got coming down? Is there some NXT in the pipeline that I don't know about?
We did over on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. We did a prediction show for Revolution. We've actually got a lot going on over there. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to be doing a watch along of AJ Styles and Hiroshi Tanahashi from their match in TNA. We've got an Origins episode on Killer Cross coming up. We will also be doing predictions for Dynasty. I also got to do an episode of Uncaged with Daniel Crimmins, where we covered wrestling interests and what makes a good theme song. That's over there on Mike's YouTube as well. Our last wrestling roundtable should be up there as well. We're going to be doing Lucha Underground next, hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. So definitely a lot of things cooking over there. You can find us over
for to see the awesome special intro that I gave Mr. Robert Davis here.
Yes, a fantastic intro done by Mr. DC. We can link that in the comments as well. If you like what you watched here today, you can follow all of our social media links at linktree/KITW TSK1. Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling, you've got linktree/BlackHeartsEBD3. We've got all of our social media up there as well. And for me, some little things I'm working on here now that school's done and I'm actually a certified bachelor now.
Certified.
Very, very expensive piece of paper.
Fucking
we can
A,
kind of
right.
get, yeah, but it's done, and that's all that matters. But I can put my focus back to music and other content and things that I do. Look for that at Linktree/Hey, I'm Rob.
Fucking A, right. A whole lot coming from Rob. Again, congratulations if we haven't said it enough already. Ultra proud of you, hoping to follow in your footsteps come June. Speaking of things that we got coming down the pipeline, there's a whole lot happening. So the announcement was made that the TSK will and is going to be getting their own YouTube, and it's going to be happening extremely soon. How soon, you say? Saturday is the day that it drops. So for right now, this will drop on the Max Wrestling, and it will re-drop come Saturday, which I want to say is the 15th. And you'll get the TSK's first episode on their very own YouTube page. And then starting that Monday, I will be dropping archives. Every episode we've done 2 a week until we drop a new episode. So we're going to be dropping everything the TSK's done, everything the TSK has done, maybe that hasn't been released, some of those secret episodes that I kept talking about for a while back. All those are going to be dropping on the TSK's page, which you will get all the fun links for come Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, whenever you guys go ahead and turn on Max Wrestling. So when that happens, you'll get the link to the new page where you can go ahead and jump to the subscribing and get ready and all excited for the TSK rocking it on their own, which means we've got more stuff that we're going to have to come up with. So one for sure show that we've had in the tank for a hot long minute. And after a booking decision like this, it's might be right back in the chamber, and that is how the TSK can fix AEW. Another thing that may come back to fruition, and I'm just throwing it out there because some people love it, might be Back to Retro Rewind. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to leave it at that. I will catch y'all around the band. We will catch y'all around the band. We will see y'all, I guess, in April with Dynasty. Who knows? Maybe something sooner before then. But the only way to know is to follow it right here on the Max. We'll see you on our own page coming on Saturday. Two Sweet Boys. Thank y'all for hanging